Morning. It is day 163, I think. Also known as Friday, which is also my last Friday on the trail, and also my last full day of hiking on the trail. I'm currently on the Holman Fire detour, so I'm not actually even on the trail. Well, not on the PCT. And I'm happy to report that so far the trail has been very well maintained downhill with semi-regular water and pretty much zero complaints. The only issue has been that the map and the GPS file that the PCTA released for this detour is wildly inaccurate. So it means I can't really use any of that stuff, but luckily all the junctions are very clearly marked with laminated temporary signs saying PCT reroute this way or this way, and so I'm just blindly following those and following the fairly steady path of footprints in front of me, because there is a whopping number of hikers coming through at the moment. There was some trail magic yesterday. And the guy said in the days, he'd been there for quite a few days, camped out and just giving stuff out to hikers, and he said he was getting on average about 10 hikers a day. And then yesterday, which is when I went through, I think he said he had about 20 in the morning. And then there was probably another 10 that I know of, 10 or 12 that came past after I was there. So it's an insane number of hikers out here in this section at the moment. Everyone's trying to finish before the weather turns nasty. Today was potentially supposed to rain, but so far clear blue skies, so that is a win. And yeah, second last day on the trail, last full day, 28 miles I think is the plan today, which will leave me about 6 miles short of the border and the terminus, and then a remaining 8 miles into a road or into Manning Park from there. So tomorrow should be just a short 14-mile day. Should have that done by lunchtime. Yeah, not much else to say at the moment other than just get me out of here. I've had enough. Got up pretty early this morning, had a rough night. Apparently my flat level spot I picked to camp was nowhere near as flat or level as I thought. So by the time I lay down and went to bed, I realised I was on quite an angle, and I never sleep well when I'm rolling sideways off my bed. But I literally only have to set up and camp one more time. Set up my tent once more, pack it all up once more, and that's it. It's gonna feel good. It's gonna feel really good. Except for the fact that I think the mate's place I'll be staying at, when I finish here for a little bit, I'll probably end up sleeping on my mat on the floor in his living room. So I'll probably have to keep setting that thing up every day. Be camping, but indoor camping with toilets and showers and running water and warmth. It's pretty frosty at the moment. It was 6 degrees Celsius when I started hiking this morning, so I believe that had put it in the low 40s Fahrenheit, low to mid 40s, low 40s. And I think it's gotten colder. There was a lot of frost on a lot of the stuff that I was walking past this before down in this valley. So it's a little brisk. Is that the right word? Brisk? Yeah, sure, why not? But otherwise, just gonna keep charging through this alternate, get back up onto that PCT as quick as I can. I'd like to be set up at camp early-ish today, just because it is the last night camping, and I enjoy the camping a lot more than I do the hiking. So if I can get set up early and enjoy that last night, it'll be good. I got up last night to go to the bathroom, and the stars were just magnificent. So I did stand outside for about 5-10 minutes, as long as I could until it got cold, staring up at them, just trying to appreciate these small things that last a little bit before I no longer have such easy access to them. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there and keep running down this trail. So I'm sitting here having a break
finally back on the PCT after doing the 21 point whatever miles of alternate. And I'm looking off in the horizon here. I can't help but wonder how many times I've walked to the horizon. Obviously the distance varies every time, but how many times have I walked as far as the eye can see, and then from there walked as far as the eye can see, and from there walked as far as the eye can see? How many horizons have I walked up and down through these mountains on this trip? That's what I want to know.
Woo! Just at 7,200 feet, and I can finally say with 100% accuracy that it is finally all downhill to Canada. Got about 7 or 8 miles to go, but they're all downhill. I'm going to say there's no better feeling. Maybe tomorrow there'll be a better feeling, but right now there is no better feeling than knowing I don't have to go uphill again, except for after I cross the border into Canada. There's a 1,000-foot climb to get to the road. However, at least from here to Canada, it is 100% downhill. Oh, getting close now. Well, this is the last lake I'm going to see on the PCT. Technically it's called a pond, but it's a pretty damn nice pond. So I'm going to have one last cold swim before I go off this trail. And I'm going to do it naked, because I haven't actually skinny dipped in any lakes yet, so got to be a first. I'm not going to film it, so that's for everyone's benefit. But my own personal private lake here, besides there's a duck over there. Other than that, go and swim in. For the record, that was really, really cold.
Well, it rained on my last night in the desert before I hit the Sierras, so it seems only appropriate that it should rain on my last night on the PCT. I'm not upset though. Apparently there's a large group of people who've been partying at the northern terminus all day, ones that aren't going to Canada that are headed back this direction, so with any luck the rain will keep them pretty quiet and in their tents, and they won't keep me up all night. I'm looking for an early start tomorrow. My mate's already at the terminus. I've been messaging him, so the sooner I get there, the sooner this is all over, which is actually kind of freaky. Like lying here thinking, this is it, this is the last night out here, and then suddenly I'm back in the real world again. Something I've looked forward to for a long time, but now I'm suddenly not so sure about it.
Morning. It is the morning of the last morning, day 164. As you can see by my ridiculous attire, I have been up and hiking since quite early. I only had 6.8 miles to the border, I think, from where I camped last night. But it was a long night, and I was up and hiking well before it got light. I guess the PCT was saying goodbye to me by making the last night interesting. It had sort of rained on and off all night. Not heavy, just small showers. Some crazy winds that I'm actually surprised didn't rip my tent down. Just big gusts that blow through from time to time. Nothing consistent, but somehow, even though it had been raining, it would still kick up a lot of dust, and we're kicking the dust underneath the walls of my tent. So I would say I woke up covered in dust and grit. However, that would imply I actually slept. I only slept for very short periods of time, in between reading and doing anything to pass the time. I guess that's what happens when you go to bed at 6:30 because it's raining. It's quite a long night. So I remember waking up at 10:30, 11:30, 12:10, 12:30, 12:40, 2 a.m, 3 a.m, just all through the night. But yeah, crazy winds, rain, just covered in dust and grit this morning. I even had an animal outside my tent for a while that, I'm going to say it was a deer, because it was, the way it was clomping around, it was a little too heavy-footed to be a bear. But it was sort of so close outside my tent I could hear it chewing. So yeah, breathing and chewing, and it was right outside my tent. And then now this morning, this is one final giant middle finger from the trail. It's overgrown. Not the worst overgrown, but just would have loved a nice clear run to the finish line, not slopping through. And it's not right now where I am, it's not too bad, but yeah, it'd be good to not be just bashing through everything to get there. But hey, nothing's stopping me now. It's the last day. It's Saturday morning, day 164, and the final day of my time on the PCT. Cannot wait. Part of me feels like I'll still never get there. It just still seems so far away. We've got another hour until I hit the border, maybe, and then 8 miles from there. So probably with a hill climb, it'll probably still be almost 3 hours to get out. But on the plus side, because I have no food, I ate it all. My pack is really light, and there's plenty of water, so I'm not even carrying much water. It feels like I'm carrying a day pack. Yeah, that's about it. Just get me there, just get it done, and it'll finally be over. Here it is, the end of the PCT. I finally made it. Woo! Look at that. America? Canada, or Canada, I'm not sure. Whew. Unbelievable. It's also unbelievable as they clear the line through the trees for this, but brand new terminus this year. Can't believe I'm finally here.
That's not me.